And welcome back to Yokai Watch, ladies and gentlemen, played by the SpiffyNeedleGeeks. It's Brawl Fan 1, Super Sonic 407, Platinum Rhythm, and RoushutsuRises. Finally, after 60 plus parts of, us being able to go back and forth between the underground, it's finally time to unlock the secret of the underground waterway. So there are these three levers that are that are plastered all across the different corners of the waterway. And as you can see, pulling each one will set a light towards a hidden door, which actually isn't that hidden. It's actually in probably one of the most obvious spots, but you just can't get behind it. Simply pull the three levers and you will be able to get into what's behind the door. Also, the Ancient Scale, which is a great item. Putting it on your yokai literally makes your yokai immune to spirits. An item that one of the items that they took out for Yokai 2, which I'm kind of salty about. Oh, never mind. I apparently already pulled the green lever. Okay, sure, why not? I must have pulled it earlier in the Let's Play and didn't even realize.
Roll with it.
Also, there are these boxes over here that taunt you every time you pass this way in Mount Wildwood.
Oh,
in this tree bark that's really hard, that's really janky to get across. Luckily, Yokai 2 actually does add a proper like I don't know what a proper traverse feature. Whenever you're trying to get over like fences or actually walk on fences or even logs like that, they make it a little more bearable to be able to walk across them. But this is the secret of the underground waterway. It's of course a yokai. This is all evil. So all evil works just like Skreek and just like Corpton and just like Grainpaw, where once you encounter him, just talk to him once, and then next time once you talk to him again, you'll fight him and then you can fight him once a day, unless you save scum like I do. So all evil. All Evil is a rank S yokai from the Shady Tribe. He is he's pretty much very bulky and a pretty hard-hitting spirit attacker. So All Evil's whole shtick is, it's actually hard to say in particular. Like, there are certain sources that say that he just straight up makes you an evil person, but then there are others that are a little more downplayed than that. Like, let me see what the I remember that the book said something. An aristocrat of evil, pure depravity. Or pure depravity? Is that what it says? Okay. A yokai that will do anything because it's bad. He earned his name. So, yeah, he just turned, I guess he just makes you evil. That's all he does.
Okay, so, sounds simple enough.
Yeah, a very simple concept, if not a dangerous one, I guess.
But,
yeah, that is true.
So I guess it kind of begs the question, if we have a yokai whose whole shtick is making evil things happening and everything, why was this not like a plot important yokai?
You'd think. He's just kind of here. Though, I guess to be fair, in the yokai cam, which I think I still never really showed off, and I don't think I ever do. Oh well. If you ever get this guy when you take a picture of someone's face, I think literally all it says is that you steal people's pencils, don't you jerk? Or something like you borrow people's pens and don't return them, don't you? Like, something really funny along those lines.
Oh my!
That's why I get a little confused and like, okay, it says he makes you evil, but how? What kind of evil are we talking about here? Are we talking about like Maleficent Disney villain evil, or are we just talking like he just turns you into an asshole? Like
I would like to imagine like Disney villain kind of evil. The funny kind of evil.
That said, he does have a very, very useful special ability. His spirits will never fail. Like, if he tries to inspirit you, it's not going to miss. It's going to hit you. And that's also doubled by the fact that his ultimate here is a ultimate that'll inspirit your entire party. Or the three frontliners anyway.
Oh god.
And his spirits will cause damage over time effects, as you can see. Like every time a yokai makes a move while they're inspirited by All Evil, they will take damage.
So it's basically poison.
Effect. Yeah, that's probably much better. Like it says here, it's the power of darkness, but yeah, it's just the poison effect.
It's the poison.
With my ultimate, I will send your yokai to the Shadow Realm.
Like, I think the only instance where his inspirance won't work is if he tries to inspirit a yokai that specifically has an ability that makes it so that they cannot be inspirited, which there are a few of them. Like, Spemp and Almi have the matchless shell ability, which makes it so that they literally cannot be inspirited no matter what. And I believe Betterfly and another yokai that's actually Betterfly's counterpart that we're actually going to meet at the end of this video have an ability called Miraculous Scales, which also makes it so that they just cannot be inspirited. So I think those are the only instances where all evils and spirits will fail, but that's literally it. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if you have an entire team of slippery yokai, they're still going to be able to get inspirited by all evil.
Oh, alright.
That said, how awkward would it be if you, like for a date, if your date just turned out to be evil?
Oh, damn it.
I mean, I don't know. Unless you're into the bad boy / girl motif, I guess. Though I guess I suppose there should be a limit. Like, there's being the bad boy and then just straight up dating a supervillain. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because whenever you think of, like, you know, the quote-unquote bad boy that girls claim to be so attracted to and stuff, you know, those are, like, you know, your punk asses and shit, but it's like, you know, yeah, they may, like, you know, they may do, like, some bad things, but they're not, like, you know, yeah, like, we're not talking, like, yeah, like, Disney villain or anything like that, no.
He spirits you, and then it's like you're about to leave dinner, and then your date is like, wait a minute, what the hell? Why didn't you tip your waiter?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's where it's like, yeah, like a typical bad boy. It's like, yeah, it's like, you know, yeah, we'll go out to a restaurant, but we won't pay the bill, or I'll just wreck your shit. You know, that's the kind of stuff we're talking about here. We're not talking about, like, you know. Yeah, like summoning fucking devil. Like, yeah, summoning demons or anything. It's like, yeah, no.
Actually, speaking of Disney villains, Nostalgia Critic actually recently made a video that I found rather interesting. He talked about the concept of the was it Nostalgia Critic actually? I think it was. Might have been someone else, I forget. But they made a video talking about the concept of the idea of proper Disney villains going extinct.
Okay.
And I think what he was specifically talking about was like when you watch Disney movies nowadays, like yeah, sure, they still have their villains, but they're not like the direct in-your-face villains. They're more so like either the bait and switch, like we got in both Frozen and Zootopia, where they seem good in the beginning, but then they turn bad, like they reveal to be bad in the end, or they're like, you know, they're bad, but they behave good during the whole movie. They're not straight in your face like, oh, they're obviously evil.
Right.
Like the heroes know they're evil, the heroes know they're up to their good throughout the whole movie. You know, villains like Maleficent. Yeah, like Maleficent or Ursula.
Yeah, I was about to say Ursula would be a good example.
Yeah, villains like that. Like, we don't really see a whole lot of those in Disney movies anymore. Like, really, the last...
that is true, yeah.
The last true one we got, to an extent, probably was the Shadow Man from Princess and the Frog.
Yeah. Yeah, because pretty much from the beginning, like, from his introduction, yeah, you knew he was bad news and everything. I mean, everybody knew he was bad news.
Yeah. And the only reason why he was able to trick Naveed was because he was new to the country.
Because he's so charismatic.
Anyway, now we have all evil.
It's like, the power of charisma.
I could feel dark power coming from you. Now, what does he sound like?
Evil.
Not evil at all. Alright then.
Wow, I'm
totally,
intimidated
yeah,
by this guy.
totally intimidated by this motherfucker.
He has a red beard and black eyes. You know he's evil.
I mean, that's like, you know, yeah, when I think, like, you know, okay, this yokai, I want to summon him and we're gonna let slip the dogs of war. It's like, yeah, totally that voice, yeah.
God, with a voice like that, it's like, you might give him, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge Merrick voice while you're at it. I now summon the evil Council of Doom to order!
I mean, I guess to be fair, like, he himself acts evil, but again, he's a yokai. I'm sure his evil doesn't necessarily come directly from what he does, it's what he makes other people do.
I know.
That's of course, just the whole shtick of yokai. Like,
right.
Only, like, the main villain bad guys of the game that you're fighting, which in this case was McCracken, which was barely a case because he was introduced so late in the game, and then the bad guy of Yokai 2, which had a much more established plot, was up and was established as a bad guy much earlier on, which makes a better case. Yeah, those are obviously yokai that are trying to actually be more direct, as opposed to the more indirect yet mischievous nature of yokai. Also, I love Dan Doodle's with victory poses.
Yes, they are in fact very glorious.
It's like,
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, like, Polly Prissy Pants over here.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Wiggle, 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 yeah.
I don't think dogs can move their arms like that, but okay.
No, I was referring to when he shakes his head.
Well, I'm looking at the arms. Anyway, so
oh no,
let's go out and find some rare rank S yokai. So this is kind of a weird thing. This is kind of weird how I'm doing this because I wanted to find this yokai actually after two other yokai that we're about to get here pretty soon, but I just happened to come across this guy while doing it, so we're getting him now.
Alrighty.
This is Horna Plenty. Horna Plenty is a rank S yokai of the Tough Tribe. He is a rare gold medal yokai, which is why I said I would have preferred if we get the, because, spoiler warning, both Beetler and Rhinogon here have evolutions. Horna Plenty is the recolor version of Rhinogon's evolution, which we're actually going to meet after this. I'll explain why we're fighting him first before I introduce those two. But Horna Plenty, yeah, he's, very wally. He has a lot of health, a lot of defense, and he is pretty hard hitting. As for powers, he's just a powered up version of. Actually, what does Horna Plenty do? Actually, now that I think about it, because Rhinogon's evolution, I know, is the powered up version of him, which is just a fighter. But what did Horna Plenty do again? I totally forgot. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'm actually gonna hold off on this one because. Horna Plenty actually goes into Rhinogon's evolution, so I'll wait on that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, god damn it. Honestly, I really should have just, even though I found him first, I really should have just used my editing magic just to splice this one in after I got the other two. Because here's the thing. To get the evolutions to the two evolutions, you can only get them from the Jungle Shop. And how the Jungle Shop works is, in order to get specific items from them, you have to trade in certain bugs. Or bugs or fish.
Oh.
Anyway, we're quickly Horna Plenty.
Horna Plenty!
Plenty. So, but the thing is...
Like, what kind of accent was that?
No clue.
It's like...
But the thing
like
is...
a little bit Jamaican. Oh.
Yeah, sorry. The bugs and fish that you need specifically for the items that you have to fuse with the two bug yokai to get their evolutions are very fucking hard to get. Because not only are they really rare bugs and fish, so they appear they appear so rarely and naturally, you can't just get the normal versions, you have to get the rare versions. For the unbeatable soul and the general soul, you saw what I needed there. I needed those specific bugs, multiples of them, and their rare versions, which is already really fucking hard to get. So needless to say, you're going to spend a couple of hours trying to find those bugs. Anyway, let's jump right into it. First off, Beetle, rank S of the Brave Tribe, a very bulky physical attacker. Beetle, I also totally forgot what he did. I'm pretty sure he's just a stronger version of Beetler. He fights. That's what he does. He's a fighter. After years of being forced between his rivalry with Rhinogon, he just gained so much strength that he became Beetle. That's it. I will say that Beetle does have the Intimidation ability, which is an awesome ability because it makes us that no yokai ever loaf.
Oh. Okay.
So that's awesome to have. And I have used Beetle.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I have used Beetle in previous playthroughs before. He's an awesome yokai. He really is. All right, so we got Beetle out of the way. So now let's see Rhinogon's evolution. You know, after the fancy medallion stuff.
Yes.
There we go. Fusion High. Rhinormus. Rank S of the Tough Tribe. He's actually just like, really, he's just like Horn of Plenty. Yeah, Wally and a physical attacker. And just like Beetle, Rhinormus is just, Rhinogon who gained so much power and strength after years of, of his rivalry with Beetler. That's his big thing. But to explain properly now Horn of Plenty, a Horn of Plenty is actually just a Rhinormus who has gone, who achieves powers far beyond the rest of his peers, that he earned the title Horn of Plenty. So Horn of Plenty is effectively a rank up Rhinormus in terms of, like, I guess, some kind of weird fighting general status quo, I guess.
Oh.
So they're all just fighters is their big thing. They don't have any specific powers that affect people. They're a bunch of fighters. They kick each other's asses.
So let me get this straight. Like, a Rhino Plenty is like, as a fighter, he outright... No, wait. Damn it. I'm paying the yokai.
Horn of Plenty as a fighter is better than Rhinormus. Even looking at their stats, like, Horn of Plenty has more defense, or has more HP and speed than Rhinormus.
Oh, okay. I get
But they're equal in everything else. Anyway,
Alrighty.
next new rank S gold medal yokai. Pepion.
Ooh. Pretty.
Pepion is a rank S yokai from the Heartful tribe. He is a very fast, fairly bulky spirit healer. It's another great healer. And this is actually the yokai I was talking about that I alluded to earlier as the counterpart to Betterfly.
Oh.
So Pepion, as his name suggests, is a very peppy yokai, and is another kind of environmental yokai. The scales that drops from his wings are so potent with some kind of serotonin, not even know what, that apparently anyone who breathes in the scales will be so full of excitement that just become excited out of nowhere. Like it can be over nothing. They'll just be. Pepion makes people excited, like really excitable.
Oh my god! Grass!
And we're not talking about just, it just makes you a little bit excitable. It makes you, according to the book, makes you excitable to the max. He makes you really excited about something. Like, he's the reason, what's a great example? Nintendo 64 kid?
Oh, yes.
Oh my god!
Nintendo 64!
Sure, why not?
Okay, I was like earlier, I was gonna say, you know what? Considering how I am most of the time when I'm working as a cashier, it's like I think this yokai can suit me. But then you mentioned like the overly excited part, and I'm like, okay, whoa, I can get like really peppy in my job, but I don't get that peppy.
No,
not to that extreme.
Fairly peppy.
Yeah. Pepion! And quite the suiting voice for it. Pepion!
Yeah, the bug yokai never seem to have proper voices for them. I don't know. Anyway, actually, you want to know another great example? Yoshi!
Yes! Yes!
I can't be too loud anymore because now I'm once again living at home with my parents. Sad face.
Oh.
But that'll do it for this part of Yokai Watch, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next time as we go around continuing to befriend even more rare S rank yokai. We'll see you then.
Alright, see you then.